The world believed it had seen the final chapter of Tommy Shelby, a man broken by war, poisoned by power, and hunted by his own mind. When the story last closed, Tommy walked away alone, carrying more ghosts than a living man should. To many, it felt like goodbye, a quiet ending for a loud life. But endings are dangerous things, especially when they belong to men like Tommy Shelby. For years, his name ruled the streets of Birmingham, not through noise, but through fear and respect. Tommy was never just a gangster. He was a thinker, a planner, a survivor. Every move he made was 3 steps ahead of the enemy. Even when the world closed in on him, even when his own family questioned him, Tommy Shelby stood tall, hiding pain behind calm eyes and sharp words. When his enemies believed they had won, Tommy vanished. No body, no proof, just silence. And silence is where legends grow. Rumors spread quietly through dark alleys and smoky rooms. Some said he escaped. Some said he chose exile. Others whispered something far more frightening, that Tommy Shelby could not be killed because men like him are not made of flesh alone. They are made of will. Time passed, but the shadow remained. New kings tried to rise, new gangs fought for power, politics changed, cities grew. But deep down, the world felt unfinished, because chaos always begins when a Shelby breathes, and peace never lasts when his mind is still alive somewhere in the dark. Now, the story opens again. Older, darker, heavier. This is not the return of a young man chasing power. This is the return of a man who has already lost everything, and therefore fears nothing. Tommy Shelby is no longer running from death. He has walked beside it. He understands it. And that is what makes him dangerous. They call him the Immortal Man not because he cannot die, but because death failed to erase him. His ideas survived. His enemies remember him. His name still carries weight. And when a man's name becomes stronger than his body, he stops being human and becomes legend. This is not just another chapter. This is the truth behind the ending we were shown. Because some stories do not end when the screen fades to black. Some stories wait, and when they return with fire. When a man survives everything meant to destroy him, he does not come back the same. Time changes his face, but pain sharpens his mind. Tommy Shelby did not return to reclaim a throne. He returned because the world never stopped pulling him back. Power calls to those who once controlled it, and Tommy hears that call louder than anyone. The streets have changed since he disappeared. New faces sit in old chairs. New rules control old crimes. But the system is weaker now, built by men who never earned fear, only borrowed it. They talk loudly, move fast, and believe the past is buried. That is their mistake. Because Tommy Shelby never forgets. He watches. He waits. And when the moment is right, he steps forward from the shadows. This time, he does not announce himself. No grand entrance, no speeches, just small moves that create big cracks, a deal that fails, a leader who falls, a secret exposed at the wrong time. Slowly, the balance shifts. People feel it before they understand it. Something old is moving again, something smart, something cold. They begin to use a new name, not out of respect, but out of fear. The Immortal Man, a man who outlived wars, enemies, sickness, and betrayal. A man whose mind stayed sharp while the world grew careless. To them, he feels unstoppable, not because he is stronger, but because he knows how every game ends. Tommy is not chasing revenge. Revenge is loud and emotional. He is chasing control, quiet, patient, exact. He has learned that power is not taken with bullets alone. It is taken with information, timing, and silence. And now, he has nothing left to lose. Family, love, peace, all already paid for with blood. The enemies he faces now are not just gang leaders. They are men in suits, behind desks, hiding crimes under laws and flags. This is a different battlefield, and Tommy Shelby was always better at war than peace. He knows how to turn systems against themselves. He knows how to make powerful men destroy each other while he stands still. Inside him, the war never ended. The voices are quieter now, but heavier. Every choice he makes carries memory. Every step forward reminds him of who he used to be. But instead of breaking him, it hardens him. The Immortal Man is not fearless. He simply accepts fear as part of the plan. This is not a comeback story. This is a warning. When a legend returns after the world forgets him, it is never for mercy. It is to finish what was left undone. And Tommy Shelby has always been very good at finishing things. Tommy Shelby exists because Cillian Murphy gives him breath. Without noise, without force, he turns silence into power. Every look, every pause, every slow step feels planned. And now, with time written on his face, the character feels even more dangerous. This is not the fire of youth. This is the calm of a man who has already survived hell. In The Immortal Man, Tommy is older but sharper. His eyes carry history. They have seen war, betrayal, love, and loss. Cillian Murphy does not need words to show this. A single stare can tell a full story. The way he lights a cigarette, the way he listens instead of speaks, the way he waits before making a move. Everything feels heavy with meaning. This version of Tommy Shelby is not chasing respect. He already owns it. The room changes when he enters. Conversations slow down. People measure their words because they know one mistake can cost everything. Cillian plays this power quietly. No shouting, no rush, just control. And that control is more frightening than anger. The pain inside Tommy has not disappeared. It has matured. The loss of family, the weight of past choices, and the memories that never leave him still follow every step. But now, he does not fight them. He carries them like weapons. They remind him why he cannot be weak, why he cannot stop. Cillian Murphy shows us a man who understands the price of survival. Tommy knows that being immortal does not mean living forever. It means leaving a mark so deep that time cannot erase it. Every decision he makes feels final. Every plan feels like it could be the last. And that is what makes this chapter feel personal and dangerous. This is not just a return to a role. It feels like a final evolution. A man shaped by everything that came before. A performance built on silence, pain, and control. Cillian Murphy does not play Tommy Shelby. He becomes him again. And that is why the legend still feels alive. The world Tommy Shelby returns to is colder than before. The streets are no longer ruled only by gangs, but by hidden hands and quiet deals. Power has moved indoors, behind closed doors, protected by money and law. This is a cleaner world on the surface, but far more dangerous underneath. And Tommy understands it better than anyone. Violence now comes with smiles. Threats are written in contracts, not blood. But the result is the same. Lives are destroyed, cities are controlled, and truth is buried. Tommy does not fight this world with noise. He moves through it like a ghost, turning strength into weakness and pride into downfall. Every enemy believes they are safe. Every enemy is wrong. This time, the battle is not just outside. It is inside Tommy himself. Age has not softened him, but it has forced him to face his own reflection. He knows the cost of every move. He knows that each step forward could be his last. Yet he continues, not for glory, not for love, but because stopping would mean everything he survived was for nothing. The trailer teases moments of fire and silence, slow walks through smoke, eyes watching from the dark. A single gunshot breaking the quiet. No fast action, no loud music, just tension. The kind that sits in your chest and refuses to leave. This story does not rush. It waits, just like Tommy does. This chapter feels like a warning, not a promise. Legends do not return to save the world. They return to remind it of what fear feels like. Tommy Shelby is not chasing peace. He is facing fate, and fate does not negotiate. The final message is clear. Some men die once, some men die many times, and some men become something else entirely. If the world believes Tommy Shelby is finished, it has already made its last mistake. Because when a legend survives his ending, he does not come back to live quietly. He comes back to be remembered.